how interested are you in rookie camp, understanding how unimportant rookie minicamp is, but at the same time, there's a 9-member rookie draft pick class, another 11 UFAs. They'll have other players there. Oh, and by the way, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, this is probably the first time in years that I've actually been really intrigued by rookie minicamp. I mean, because it's not really a true rookie minicamp like it was back in the day where it was, legit workouts. It's scaled down quite a bit, so it's more of like a rookie orientation. But they'll do some on-field work for like roughly an hour, right? So it'll be the first time, just getting to see Jaden Daniels throw a ball and and working with his new teammates. So you're not going to see a whole lot, but it's good to see these guys on the field for the first time, since they'll be such an important part of this roster this year and years to come.
Can they set a tone though? I mean, I know like they're not
definitely
doing nothing dramatically, but a tone can be set from this rookie class to the new people, all the new players that are on this team when they move to the full minicamp.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think everything in my mind really starts now. I know off-season workouts for veterans are still voluntary, but, we've been told everybody's been showing up, which is great. So, yeah, I think this can set a tone definitely. And we've seen it in years past where, some guys don't show up and it does set a negative tone. That's never the sole reason why the team doesn't do well or poorly, but, you want to go into this with the right mindset, because they do have a lot of work ahead of them, just in rebuilding and getting this thing going.
I believe the rules have kind of changed surrounding rookie minicamp, that it's not just rookies working out. Like, what do you think the chances are we see Braden Daniels, Mason Brooks, some of the guys from last year's class that never played?
Yeah, they can. I think it's open to first-year players, so that includes rookies. It also includes guys that didn't really get much of a chance to play. Braden Daniels, obviously. Guys that were on practice squad, I think we could see those guys out there too. And they could also open it up to some tryout players, guys that were invited to rookie minicamp just to, prove themselves, to try to get on the initial 91 for camp. So yeah, I think I think it would behoove those players to be able to practice, and I would not be surprised if we see some of those guys out there. So yeah, it's a good chance for all the young guys really to kind of come together.
For sure.
What is the one difference? I guess for you too, JP, y'all cover the team and y'all over there all the time. What is one thing you all are looking for that is different in this team where it's going to give you some indication that things are changing or things seem to be better?
I mean, I want to see the tempo of this. I mean, again, it's not a real practice. They obviously can't wear pads, no hitting, no real, live of anything. But I just want to see how Dan Quinn runs it.
Yeah.
I felt like at times, quite often over the last 3 years, things were so lackadaisical, no matter what they were doing. And I just want to see some energy out there. I mean, it sounds silly and cliche, but like when you've watched them for as long as we have, just going through the same motions and not really being into it, and then seeing the product, you want a little more tempo, a little more juice out there.
I'm with you, and for this weekend, I am most curious. I think of all the quarterbacks I've covered in that locker room, and the list is long. I think the dude that had the right mix of everything that you want the most was Alex. But Alex came here as a veteran. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Beyond Alex, I think the dude that did it the best, and Howell and Heineke were in there, but Colt McCoy, man. Now, he didn't get on the field because it was Robert and it was Kirk, but Colt McCoy had a command about him, a presence about him. And I want to see the presence of Jaden Daniels. And I think you kind of get a decent look at it because he's going to be throwing to dudes. And we haven't gotten an official roster for this week, right? But it's probably going to be 30, 35 guys, something like that.
Yeah, I would think.
Jaden will end up. Now, Hartman's going to be throwing too, and I'm sure they'll try to match up that Jaden's throwing to Sennett and McCaffrey or whatever, right? But inevitably, there's going to be a situation where Jaden's working with a dude that is a rookie out of Holy Cross that is not NFL caliber, right? Like it's an accomplishment that he's going to make a rookie camp, but like there's going to be a disparity. And I just want to see the person there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because
no, totally.
It's a number 2 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner, throwing with a dude.
Yeah.
And I want to see that interaction.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you. I mean, look, they're all new. All the rookies are new, but there's a bigger burden on the quarterback to play beyond his status, right? Like he's got to instantly become a leader, face of the team. And, we'll see how much they do on the field to really show that, but it extends beyond the field too. Like how is he interacting with guys on the sideline? Like, is he really locked into what they're doing, or is he joking around on the side? Like things like that, where you can really learn a lot about a guy and kind of his approach and mindset to this and his rapport with the other players. And, even if he doesn't know everything, how is he helping others come along? So, yeah, I think
Nicki drove through a tunnel.
this is why
we're back.
It's a hard job. I mean, like they're under such scrutiny, but this is what we're all examining, is literally every aspect of his role and how he does it, how he progresses, his shortcomings, how he takes to coaching, how he, deals with teammates. I mean, we're looking at all of it.
Sure.
I think this is a simple thing, and we say it to people all the time. Just do what you've done to make them get you here and improve upon it. Because I think a lot of guys feel like they have to come out and show something. Like Gus Farrat, my buddy, headbutting the damn stadium. It's unnecessary. Just do what you've always done. And if you are that person, it'll start to show for you.
Right. I would agree. I mean, I think people underestimate it's a pressure cooker being an NFL quarterback. Especially I feel like nowadays, because the urgency is so high. You don't get a full year to really prove yourself. You don't get 2 years. You don't get longer than that, like many quarterbacks in the past had. You have to be great now. And that's, in my opinion, that's unfair, but that's the reality.
And I think that's reflected in the crazy movement you see in the draft to go up and get guys. And I think it's reflected in the market that, I mean, hell, Kirk just signed 2 years, $100 million, and they drafted a kid. Like, and my buddy Ryan Keel and Sean Merriman, you weren't on yesterday, B, but Merriman kind of said this too. The rule changes in the game have instituted a scenario where you can kind of only win with elite quarterback play. Like the days of building up the elite defense and then just having that placeholder quarterback are kind of, you don't want to say over, because you never know when that will be recreated, but between the way the corners can't cover, the D-line can't hit, like a lot of that has shifted where it's haves and have-nots at quarterback. And hell, let's hope Washington has one.
I hope they have that problem one day.
Dude, between your time in Denver and then here, because you got to Denver after that Super Bowl, right?
No, the Super Bowl was my first year.
Oh, all right.
And then, it was a straight
You thought it was
drop.
going to be like that all the time, huh, Nicki?
Yeah. 2016, the year after, was like eye-opening.
Gary Williams told a great story at the Touchdown Club dinner where he's like, my first year coaching, we went undefeated and won the state title in New Jersey. I thought it was always going to be easy.
Nope, it changes.
No, it sure does. Tell me if this delineation adds up to you. I think expectations should be raised in Washington. I think you've overhauled your coaching staff. You've really overhauled your entire roster. But I think it's important to not create a quarterback savior situation.
I would agree. Totally.
I think they've done that already.
I mean, I also think it's impossible not to do that, though. But I think it will inevitably go toward that because, like you were just saying, that position is so vital to the success of the entire team. Like, I mean, you could probably still win really well without an elite pass rusher or an elite corner, but you cannot win without at least a very good quarterback. But yeah, I mean, it goes back to the point where it's the pressure on these players in that position, whether it's veteran or rookie, is so great. It's very, very hard. So like, if you don't have a player with the right mindset or a player who, where one bad play kind of snowballs, and we've seen that so many times with young quarterbacks, especially, I feel like that's where you get in trouble. So yeah, I wish we could move away from this savior complex with all draft picks. I think it's just such a fallacy with the draft where all the speculation turns into, oh my God, this kid is the greatest thing to ever play football type deal. And it's unfair to them, and it's just so ridiculous. But yeah, I agree with you with quarterbacks. And I also agree with you on the raising expectations. I don't think just making the playoffs should be the expectations. You play to win and all.
I think ultimately when it comes down to that, though, a guy gets drafted, and we have certain PR departments, ownership, coaches who take what all fans believe. If you're first rounder, you're going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Until you're not. And I think a lot of coaches fall into that trap, and you got to be careful what they say to the media, how they interact, and how they handle things. Because if the coaches start falling into it, it's over for that quarterback.
Right. And then the trouble is it's such a massive investment from the team side too. I mean, it's, for these rookies, it's a fully guaranteed 4-year deal. So he's getting, what is it, a little over 27, I want to say. I could be off on that.
Yeah, I think that was Stroud last year made 28. So
yeah,
in inflation.
So he's
whatever. Say it's 30.
Oh, so it's probably 37 then. Whatever it is, it's a good chunk of money. It's a significant investment. That's why when everybody was criticizing Josh Harris on his involvement, it's like one of the biggest investments that will be made for this franchise. Like, the owners should be involved, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
So they're going to be everywhere.
I mean, but that adds to the urgency, the pressure, the importance of this position. Is just, money alone is so great with that one spot.